I'm on YouTube. All right, awesome.
Yep. We're live. You're not gonna see Miguel real quick, but we got a special guest, Miss Nikki Marie. Let them know who you are, what
Hello.
you do. Yep.
I'm an artist, a fangirl, and I talk a lot. That's it. I'm a photographer. I do painting. I'm currently trying to master the art of color pencil. It's not really working, but yeah. I do commissions.
Yep. So just to let you guys know, this is the Beyond Celebrity Show. I'm your host, Cesar Pena. Forgot to say that. But so Nikki's being modest. So Nikki is a huge One Direction fan, right? And she's an artist, photographer. She's on point with all that. But she had one of the most buzz thing that happened around.
Share it on Facebook first. Share it on Facebook and all that first.
Hold on. Before we get into it, we're gonna share it all over the place right now. Hold on.
Yeah. Let's see if I've got. All right.
Can you copy? Is there any way you can copy this link, the live link?
I'm gonna send it to you right now.
Okay. Hold on, guys.
Wait for people to come in too, so we give people some time.
Where do you see the chat? Is there a chat up?
There should be a chat up too.
Cool.
What's up, y'all?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. Share. Copy link. Loving it. All right.
All right, I'm texting you the link, Cesar.
So I try.
All right. So
when I try to go live on Facebook, it's just gonna show me.
Yeah,
but it says in my app.
Yeah, you're right. But I guess then just paste. I'll paste the link into Facebook.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, put it there.
So I sent you the link though, so you could do it on LinkedIn and Twitter.
Okay, cool.
You text me the link?
Oh, it did.
Got it.
All right. Giving people enough time to moving on.
All right, here we go. Yeah, sorry guys. We're trying to send it to all over the place so everybody could get it. Let's see. All right.
I can try to start while we do it though, if you want.
Yeah.
So I'm about to create the.
So me and Nikki just met, but I know I seen Nikki around for a little bit, but I know we just met with Harry Styles. He was doing a show in Soho, and Nikki was over there, and she was mingling with the fans. You know, she was like she was running for president.
Always.
You know?
Always.
So Nikki,
I just talk to everybody.
So Nikki, talk to me. What's the name? What made you get the idea of making these Funko Pop dolls? You know, those were like the talk of the town for like months now.
So my friend Jordan, she came to me. She was running a charity event for the website that she does updates and stuff on. And she came to me with her design and everything for it. And she asked me if I could, construct it for her and everything like that. So that way we could put it up for auction and raise money for Harry's birthday charity. So yeah. And so she came up with the Eroda design. It was really, really good. I was like so in love with it. And so she ended up sending it to me and everything. And I went and I was like, okay, like I know how to do some construction for like, props and stuff, but I wasn't really sure because I do a lot of cosplaying props as well. So I was kind of like, I never really worked with a pop before. So I was like, okay, like I'll give it a shot. I'll see. It like didn't seem too hard. So when I researched it, I ended up making it. That one, however, requires like clay and like molding and stuff because it's not actually, I have a part of it here. So it starts out kind of like this.
Wow.
And it's like I have to make like his suit and stuff like that. And then I had to like paint his hat and everything. So I was in the middle of making one. Yeah. So yeah, so
the
I had
hat
to
is
like
clay? Is the hat clay?
No, oh god, no. No, it's the hat of another a Funko Pop. So I like take two and I like rip their heads apart and like it's super destructive. And I'm like I go in there and like I have to like carve stuff out and everything. But it ends up like, you know what, it's kind of it takes a while, but like the finished product is always so cool. So I ended up making one for the charity and stuff. And she ended up making one as well. She gave it to him, which was super great. I'm so glad he kind of got to know that like we made something for his charity and like it raised so much money because I think they raised over like $50,000. And I was like, crazy. Yeah, on like different products that were donated from different fans and everything.
Okay.
So I was like, well, he has an Aroda one. I was like, I wonder if I can come up with an idea to kind of make one that's cheaper to make because the Aroda one is actually super expensive. The body that I use for it, the small dude that I just showed you, he is a special edition pop. So that goes for $30 alone. Yeah. So, and because it's a special edition, there's not that many out there. So like when you're buying it off of somebody, it's like secondhand, but also there's upcharging you. So, and I'm pulling apart like a $30 pop. So for those of you who don't know, like pops go for like, they're pretty cheap. They can go for like $12 to like $7 or whatever. So the head of that pop though was only $7. But I was like, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to start selling those. So I was like, I kind of wanted one that was like budget friendly. So I did research and then I came up with Fine Line. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll make a fine line pop. This seems a little bit easier. So I found like a body and a head. The body pop was so cheap. It was like $5 on Spirit Halloween. And then I bought the head for it. So I ended up buying the head and those are vaulted pops. So those are also like $20 to $30.
No way.
Yeah. So like I couldn't even buy a budget friendly. I was so mad. I was like, oh God. I mean, they were a little cheaper, but so I ended up making those. So I just made one at the time and I wanted to give it to him, but obviously that didn't happen. So this is what I came up with.
Oh my God. Show the box. It's so
So
crazy.
I also came up with doing the box and everything. I did the graphics on the Aroda Pop box, which was great because it came out so sick. And I was like, I have to make a box for this one because I can't just hand him like a little person. So I ended up making this. Hang on, there's like a glare because it's in like a protective case, but because I was running around with New York City with it. But yep. So this is I like made the graphic for him as a fine line person.
Oh my God. Look at that. So you did all of that.
So these are stickers. Like I was going to try my hand at making the physical box, but at the time he showed up early, so I didn't have time to physically make it. So I was like, okay, I'm just putting him in the box that he came in and we're hoping he fits. And luckily he fit, which is great. And these are stickers. So I just print them out and I put it over the box.
Oh my God.
Like that. And then I'll take him out so you can
see
all the hand painted.
How long did it take you?
Hopefully one day he actually. You know what? This one only took me like 2 days. So like it's kind of annoying that it's kind of a little expensive, but relatively easy to make them. Like I can make them in like an array of like a lot, you know, like I can make them like multiple at a time.
Okay.
It's not like where I have to sit there and like mold anything.
Okay.
I had to chisel off the bracelet he had on his arm, but that's fine. So yeah, so I didn't have to do anything to the head, which was great, but the body I had to hand paint.
Look at the details.
Yeah, I put his nails.
Got the tattoos. Look at.
Oh, of course, you gotta always have the tattoos.
Got the nails. What color nails are those?
They're his fine line nails. He has like 2 pink and 3 blue on one hand and 3 blue and 2 pink on the other.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going into strong detail with this one, but
you went hard. You went hard with that one.
Yeah, I was not taking shortcuts with this one. Like, I didn't really take shortcuts with the Rhoda one, but like,
I saw the pictures.
Yeah,
I saw the pictures of that one.
Yeah, there was more I could definitely do with the Rhoda one. Like it was good. Like I liked it, but if I'm gonna sell them, like I'm probably gonna go into more detail with it, because my friend Jordan was like, oh, you know, like you should sell them. Like it would probably make you profits. But the only problem is like with the Rhoda ones, like I have to sell them for a lot of money. And like, yes, people will buy it, but as like a fangirl, I obviously know that like it's hard, and like there's a lot of money that goes into making this. So like personally, like I charge based on the materials, not really based on like me doing it, because I feel bad. I'm like a guilty person. So I'm always just like, no, like but I want to like charge them like.
Nikki, let me tell you something. Something that rare, and I get it, but something that rare, I mean, some of these girls right nowadays be paying like $2,000.
I know.
Not for that, but you know what I'm saying, like photos with.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
One of one like that, and all the hard work. I'm not saying charge 1,000, nothing like that, but definitely more than 80. And
I mean, I just feel bad because like. The whole thing is like I charge so for the fine line ones I charged them $75. That, and basically they give me a deposit. Right now I have, my TikTok got a lot of views, so people were blowing up my DMs, and I was like, yeah, so if I had a way to like buy the heads like on a website, I could just hit quantity 25, 26. I have to go on like Macari and like what is that, like eBay and stuff, just to find the pop with the head. So I kind of just like under $30 too. Like I always make sure it's like $20 or something, because I don't want to like charge like 30, because then I don't get any money out of it. But so I charge that, and then I have them give me like a $20 deposit on my PayPal. So that covers like me buying the head. So, because I have the bodies. So I bought the bodies for it in like mass. So I have like 20 of them, because they were only, like I said, $5, and it was free shipping. So I was like, like a huge box of them. Like it's crazy. So I have that, and the material isn't that much money, but so it's the shipping. So a lot of these people that requested it are currently out of country. So shipping wise, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's like $30 in shipping. So now they're paying like $75 for the doll, and then if it's out of country, I tell them it doesn't include shipping, so they would have to pay the difference for the shipping. So now it's like up another $30. But it comes with the box. Like I always include the box. Like I'm never gonna like deny them that. So it comes in full. The only thing it doesn't come with is like the plastic wrap that I have, because someone just sent it to me with one of the pops, and I was like, this is perfect. But other than that, like it's not, you know, I just feel bad. I'm just a very guilty person. Like I do it for the art, and you know.
I know, but let me tell you something. On my TikTok, you know, I put the video up on my TikTok, and of course I tagged you into it. Yeah. And everybody in the comments was like, Nikki. Like everybody was like, didn't you see his thing?
I have currently right now, like I got a list of people who hit me up from my TikTok.
Yeah.
And it was like, my DMs were filled. Like I have 75 DMs. So the first like 14 people that DM'd me, I took them on like a pre-order list. And I was like, okay, so there's 14 of you. I was like, basically what I'm going to do is like, I'm going to purchase with my own money, the pops. And then I'm going to email them and be like, listen, like I have the pop. I just need a $20 deposit knowing that you want it. And then you just pay me the other 55, like when I tell you I'm shipping it out. So that's been going well, except I haven't started it yet because I needed a little bit more material. So we're waiting. But I actually have to send the email out tonight, but I feel bad because like I had to put in like my bio, like, I'm sorry, I'm not taking any more orders right now. Just go in my DMs. Like I have you all in like, like as you're supposed to be, like, so I'll just start a second list. Hopefully by the summer when I'll be able to do it again and just like have enough money to start doing it properly. But yeah, I gotta come up with
that
like
also means
cheaper design. What happened?
That also means you can start charging more. You
Yeah.
might start charging more.
Yeah.
And you should charge more.
I mean, so it's funny though, because the Eroda Pop, the one that I have to sit there and clay mold and everything.
Yeah.
That one I charge $90 for, because it's just so much money to make it. Like I said, this one's a good $25 just to make it. So I just try to take that, and then, it's shipping, because ground shipping from the US isn't that bad. It's like I have to, but it's just sad because I do have to charge, like if somebody's in Australia, like I've gotten a lot of from Australia, and a couple of them were like, how much is it? So I calculated the cost and it comes out to like $35 through DHL. Yeah.
Wow.
So like I don't mind.
Yeah.
It's
as long as they don't mind.
you're gonna be paying more.
Yeah.
Like I told them that, and they're like, that's fine. And I was like, okay. There was somebody from oh my gosh, where were they from? London, England. And they ordered 2 of the Eroda ones and 2 of the fine line ones, like 4. They ordered 4. And I was like, you wanted 2 of each? And they're like, yes. And I was like, okay. I was like, that's a lot of money, but if that's how you want to spend it, go ahead. So I'm a very modest person. I always feel like I didn't even know it was going to blow up like that. I put it on TikTok as like
Nikki,
hope.
Nikki, let me tell you something. The second I saw them, Nikki, you saw my face. When you said, Cesar, look, I was like, I took my phone. I was like, yo, let me take that real quick. I ain't never, because I've been around this game for a long time, and I've been on the other side of the game with the autographers and the graphers and those guys that do a lot of business doing that kind of thing.
Right.
And no one's ever made an special edition Iron Man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like something from their hands for you. Right. And then when you told me the story, I was like, oh my God, Nikki. I was like, yo. And then you said $85. I was like, Nikki, please, no.
I know. I'm getting yelled at. You're not the only one. I'm getting yelled at from all of my friends. They're like, you're dumb. Like, you're talented. Stop like diminishing your talent. And I was like, I know, but like, because you know what? Here's the thing. So I'm part of the Supernatural fandom. And there's somebody in the Supernatural fandom that makes them. And she charges
so explain
money.
What's the Supernatural fandom? What is that?
So Supernatural is a TV show. It's on the CW. It's been 15 years long.
Okay.
This is their final season, but they come up with pops and stuff that are like, they're cute, but it's they're basic when you get them at like Hot Topic. But there's somebody who makes them who like, but she charges a lot of money. She does. She charges like $150 a pop. Wow. And like, it's so, they're made, but like, they're definitely not like, what happened?
I think he's stuck.
Oh, he's tough.
Oh, yeah.
Oh geez. Okay.
I think he sneezed. I'm
pause the whole video.
Yeah.
The person who was making them, she charged like $150. And I understand where she's coming from. She's making them. But she's not modeling clay. She's painting. So, and then like she doesn't include a box or anything. So, they're expensive. It's expensive. I understand like you're putting your time into it. I'm just always afraid because I've seen so many people want custom pops and then they get like upset because they can't afford it. So like even my price like turned a couple people off. They were like, we understand, like I understand, like I completely get it. Like I'm surprised you're actually not charging more, but at this at this point I can't do it. And I always be like, that's fine. Like I'm gonna be here. Like if you message me and I'm able to get the materials, like I'll make it. Cause I know it's a struggle, especially like now with like everything that's going on. Like that's why I'm sending these out, because I'm like, okay, I can make some of my money back. Because I did spend a lot of money on materials and stuff. I think I have about 6 head pops, and then I have like 10 bodies. So I'm trying to find a couple more heads, and then I'm gonna probably send out my emails starting, for everybody and everything. But I just like, I feel bad. I'm just a guilty person because I know what it's like to not be able to afford something you really want.
Yeah.
So, but like then people are like, okay, but like it's your job, like you're doing something, you're making something, and I'm like, I know, but
I mean, I was just watching this show, right? It was the show on Netflix. They fix cars and they make it custom, like custom cars, right?
Okay. Yeah,
so
yeah.
This just falls into that same thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you're so talented because even through the video, like yes, people could see and stuff, but I saw it firsthand, and
right.
the dedication you took to even do the nails and do the
oh, thank you.
like I was like minimum $150 for me, right? Minimum
yeah.
$150, because I just feel like you get the box, right? The box alone is like artwork, right? I know you put like it looks like a brand new, like a doll, Most of the people that get it is not gonna open the box because they're gonna be afraid to break the box. You know?
Right, yeah.
So I mean, I understand it's the first time that you got this like heavy attention to that one particular thing, but it's gonna be more, Nikki, like Justin Bieber, right? You could do a crazy one on Justin.
Yeah, I'm actually doing a Nile one, doing Nile Storm.
I was gonna
from
say
his Heartbreak Weather.
I was gonna say, what's the next one?
I have the body right here for it and the head somewhere, but yeah, I got that stuff in, and then so I'm also planning on making a Zayn Icarus Falls one. Yeah, I have like the wings and the body and everything for that. I just have to order it. Yeah, I came up with a lot because my friend wanted a Zayn one. I don't know if I'll actually sell the Zayn one. Actually, I might, because that one's actually pretty cheap to make that one. It's just gonna be, that one's gonna be a pain in the butt to like paint and stuff. So that one's like a little bit harder. But I mean, if I can find a cheaper way to make them, I'll probably charge more. But right now it's more of just like the like material. Right now I have like a mass demand for fine line Harry, which is understandable. So I'll probably make like the first batch, and then maybe I'll probably like raise my price. Yeah. But other than that, like that one's definitely like, oh hey, what's up? You're back.
You're back, Nick.
So before my internet goes, put them on eBay. Just make one every X amount of time and let people bid, and it'll go as high as it goes, and nobody can complain because they chose.
Right, that's true. That's how we did the that's how they did the Erota one for his birthday. They put it on eBay, and somebody was like, "You should." $700.
Oh my
God. I'm saying that's the move.
I think it went back down to like 500 though, like after a while, but it was like at 700 for
that's
like
what I'm saying.
days.
That's the move, because it is exclusive. You can't do 50 at a time, but let people bid. And you'll make more than $80, definitely.
My heart, Nikki, my heart hurts.
I know. I know. Maybe I'll put another Erota one up for that because but it'll be more detailed. It'll be different from the one that I put up for they put up for his birthday, because I don't want to like, but I'll probably end up, I want to make I was thinking of making one, like I was trying to figure out to make an Erota one, but with a different body. I have an idea for it. So I was going to make the body, and I have plastic.
Nikki, I think you paused, Nikki. Miguel, that's me or is it Nikki?
Oh yeah, you froze. Oh, there you go. Okay. Did I freeze too?
Yeah.
used to.
So I saw you, Cesar. She must have froze only.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I okay.
Zoom is taking it on the chin right now. Everybody's using this, so we gotta.
Yeah. No, that's good. So yeah, so I have an idea to make a new Aroda one. It's not going to be him holding the fish. It's going to be the fish in the backpack.
Oh, okay. That's
yeah.
Is somebody different? Somebody else that's not as hard to get, like the body?
Yes, it is. So it's actually a pop that's only $5. All I would have to do is paint the jumpsuit, which is so much easier than making the jumpsuit out of clay, waiting for it to dry, sanding it to look like the jumpsuit, and then painting it. Because then you have to it's a process. Like I make the jumpsuit. I basically have to sand the body, and then I make the jumpsuit out of clay. Then I sand the clay, which takes a day to dry, and then I have to gesso it. The whole thing has to be white so that the red shows up. So then Nikki, I do that.
Right away though, Nikki. Yeah. I think you should videotape you doing it, right? To a certain point. Don't give up the secret sauce, of course. But
everyone's saying don't film the whole thing.
Realistically, it's skills. It's not like they know what you did. They can see it. If somebody wanted to do it, it's just skills at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you definitely some of it. You do that fast forward, you know what I'm saying? Like you're doing like the fast forward, like.
Oh yeah. Well, people ask me. They ask me what. A lot of people ask me what pops I use.
Yeah.
And I don't give that up. And I'm kind of mean for doing it. But
no, you're not mean. That's the secret sauce, right? That's the secret sauce.
You know, you could easily, honestly, the way I found it was I just Googled pop with long hair male, and 700 showed up. And then I saw okay, well, this one has blonde, this one has black hair, this one has brown hair, this one has a different hairstyle. I was going between two pops for his head. I'll give away the other one, but it was between this one and one that was Tom Riddle.
Okay.
Tom Riddle's kind of looked like his fine line hair, but this one was just this looked like his final hair, his fine line show hair. So the final show.
Yeah.
So I was okay, yeah. So I asked my friends.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah. I asked my Harry group chat. I was okay, which one? And they're this one. I was okay, easy enough. So I ended up doing that, and then I was okay, perfect. So now that I have that down pat, I was that's easy. So when I got it, the head's on the bottom. So if you look on the bottom over here, it's attached to this spinning thing right here.
Yeah.
And this one didn't fit onto his head. So for this one, I had to carve up with an X-Acto knife. Yeah. I cut my hands a few times. And then I was able to make it fit. So now it fits. So there was that.
Nikki, and then after the 15, you could buy it exclusive from my eBay thing. I don't want to hear none of that. Nikki, trust me.
Exclusive, only have as many I make.
The first 10 people that hit me up. Yep. Fight it out in my DMs.
That's what I'm saying. Just after
roll
the 15,
it out.
because you committed to the 15, right? So the first 15 people, you do whatever, $85, whatever was shipping, right? You do that. They advertise. Make sure send me a picture with you holding the box or whatever, and then just eBay it.
Do them at whatever pace you want to do them, and just promote your eBay page. That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I think I'm gonna have to do that because. Right now, see, if it was not COVID-19 apocalypse right now, I'd probably it'd be easier for me to buy the material. Yeah. But Michael's is closed. Yeah. eBay is not shipping anything that's not futile right now. All the other places are closed, so right now it's it's a fight. I mean, I have to secure another 10 heads before I can be okay, now everyone fight it out on eBay. Go for it, just do it.
Yeah. Then you're not the bad guy. You're you don't
I know. Yeah. I know, and it's and I feel so bad because a couple of other people have asked me to make ones. Someone asked me to make a Jake Gyllenhaal one.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me to make a Patrick Schwarzenegger one. I just got a request to make the dude who plays the actor who plays Pennywise. He was in another horror movie, so they asked me to make that one. I was Jesus, and then of course my friend asked me to make Zane, so I was okay, And I was in the middle of making Niall, and then he canceled all his dates here because we all got the plague. So so my Niall one I'm gonna hold on to though, because I kind of want to.
Nikki, this sounds like a Netflix show, Nikki. This sounds like a Netflix show.
I would love to be on Netflix. That would be a great paycheck right now.
Let me tell you something. We I watched the show. It was like From Something to Rust. It's such a great show. I'll send you the link to that show. But it reminds me so much of what you're doing, because they take garbage cars and they make it brand new, and the customers keep coming because they make it so clean and brand new cars.
Yeah.
But it starts from rust. It starts from nothing. Yeah. But the clientele, your kind of clientele, could be two kind of clienteles. Your own dolls that you make, and the custom ones. If you want to make a custom, $100 minimum, right? If you want, anything you want.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
200.
200. Fight it out in the DMs. Honestly,
fight it out in the DMs, and then whoever wins.
It's honestly surprising to me, because I didn't expect that type of response to it. I thought a few people would be like, this is so dope, I'm gonna make one. But then people are like, I don't know how to make it. Like, can you,
Nikki, the second I saw it, I was losing my mind. If I lose my mind, that means it's a winner. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was.
You know what? And it's funny too, because I could sell it to the graphers and stuff. He'll sign it too. He'll be like,
"This is what I would do. Nice. I would partner with a grapher, get 5 of them signed, and have those on eBay, and be like, look, I'll give you a percentage or whatever it makes."
Ooh, that's a good idea. Okay, all right.
That's what
I think I know just the grapher.
Yep.
Brian Bachar.
Brian Bachar.
Brian Bachar. He loves it. He loves Brian.
I know. Yeah. Brian could
he's like, he loves Brian. He'll be like, oh, hey, what's up, Brian? How are you? But yeah, no, I mean, I would, you know what? I wish I could make them at mass, knock them out at mass, because it's so cool. Here's my thing. I don't understand why he doesn't have one. I just don't understand why they never made One Direction ones, period. Yeah. You had such a franchise.
I'll tell you why. The check wasn't big enough for
that check wasn't big. You know what? At the time, you could be right, because at the time, people weren't really into pops like that. But now it's a thing. People they go crazy for them. People actually fight for pops. I used to go to, when I go to My Hot Topic, especially when they do it from the San Diego Comic-Con, they have the exclusive pops, right? There's a line at my mall, at My Hot Topic, for when they release those pops. It's crazy. I've seen people viciously fight, and then to the point where they actually said you can only buy 2 per person. And I'm like, they're pops. And the guy's like, yeah. So I ended up buying an exclusive pop, and it was so great. I was obsessed with it. It was for Supernatural, Dean and his car baby. And I was like, oh my God, this is great. I love this. But there was some guy there before me that bought up 12 of them. And I was like, and he's like, yeah, do you know how much they're going to go for on eBay after all this? Guy was making $75 to $80 on those. They were going for only $25. And he was making 80 plus on them. And I'm like,
because somebody just put, all right, I'm going to start telling you some of the people on the chat. People love, they're saying, you're so talented.
Thank you.
You're the greatest. You're awesome. Somebody said, why don't you make a Shawn Mendes one? So that gave me an idea that said, why don't you create multiple ones and just put them on eBay?
So fun fact, for the person who asked, Shawn Mendes has one. Shawn Mendes got a pop. Ed Sheeran should have a pop. Shawn Mendes has a pop. All of the K-pop people, BTS, Monster X and stuff, they all have pops. And you have Elton John has a pop. Everyone has pops. There's Kiss pops. There's literally Blink 182 pops. There's no Harry Styles pops.
Let me tell you something.
The money you could be making Harry Styles.
Let me tell you something, Nikki. You heard it here first, fans. Nikki, make an exclusive, just one of One Direction band pop, right?
Somebody has been asking me to do that. They said
sell it for $1 billion.
Right. The
10?
price tag is 500K minimum. No,
Easy.
somebody told me, they're like, I don't know, you should really make like the full One Direction line.
Yeah.
And I was like, that would like, after like this mess, like this craziness with these are over, like I might just do it. But the whole thing is the reason I like making them is because they have character to them. So
But
like
Nikki,
I love, yeah.
Nikki, you've been around a long time, especially around the boys, right?
Yeah.
You remember them in the beginning and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, let me tell you something. If you do just make one of these, right? One exclusive, Nikki exclusive, One Direction full band pop up, the Funko Pops. I'm telling you right now, minimum $2,000. $2,000. It's gonna go for like $2,000. $2,000.
Nobody would buy me.
$2,000.
I mean, maybe like I'll start the bidding at like 700 or something.
Start at 700, but it's gonna go for like minimum 2,000, like 2,000.
If I make $2,000 off of a One Direction pop line, I will like personally come online and be like, I was wrong, because it's that something like that. Because you know what, it's I have to find like a theme for them, so it have to be like some sort of like theme to go with it. So that's why I like the Fine Line one, and that's why I'm doing the Niall one, because he has the character Niall Storm for his Heartbreak Weather album. Like I haven't made I haven't made a Louis one because I didn't really know what kind of like signature outfit Louis has, but like for Zayn, he had Icarus Falls. So I have him with angel wings, shirtless, with his blonde hair and sideburns. There you go. So it's
so we got questions. First,
okay.
Shannon, who comes every day, thank you for watching, said, can you make custom of people? How much would you like to make one of her, for instance? And then Fresh Carrera has asked, can we see what you have in front of you? It seems like you have art in front of you.
Oh, I do have art in front of me. Yes. I have.
Show your talent, Nikki. Show your talent, girl.
I don't know if let me turn the light on. Ooh, yuck. That is not a nice light on me, but yeah, this is
Ooh. Oh my God, Nikki.
This is my first colored pencil drawing.
That's your first time coloring, like drawing with colored pencil?
Yeah. I watched a couple of YouTube tutorials on how to do it. Because I bought expensive colored pencils and I was like, I wish I knew how to like properly like do it and stuff. And like, because I was doing it, I was trying it out and it was coming out horribly. So I was like, no, I want to give up. But then I watched a couple of tutorials and it was really easy to learn from the girl because first of all, she had a British accent. So I'm already like tuned in. And then, and then second of all, like she was going really slow and like, that was just easier for me to be like, oh, that's how you do it. Like, so I'm really one for like figuring stuff out. To do a custom person, like I would have to have like them send me a photo and it would have to be of like a signature type of, like sort of like, like how Harry has the suspenders.
Yeah,
like it would have to be like a thing. It couldn't be like you in like a tank top or something like that. I mean, I could, but personally, like I feel like they're more authentic if it's like a theme type of thing. Look. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. That's the problem. That was like I said, that's the problem with the One Direction one. Like I'd have to sort of like kind of like come up with an idea of like a theme that they all had. Like somebody could be like, oh my God, that was from the Maiden AM, like era, you know what I mean? Like that type of thing. So it's it's hard, but I can probably do it. Honestly, I don't know how much I would charge though. It depends, like I said, on the material. Like if I have to use a pop that's like $20, that right there is like my starting fee would be like $70, $75, depending on how much work I have to put into it.
I think custom, you gotta make sure you're covered. Ria, who from Serbia, she's been with us every day too.
Oh, awesome.
He said BTS did them and they sold millions of them. So how did they do it, as a group or each one individual?
So they had them separate. They have them separate for BTS. I haven't seen one where they've actually put like all of them, which they should probably do, because if they were to do that, like that would be like crazy amounts of money, because 100%. I know people that were doing those BTS pops and fighting it out in the stores to try and find their favorites, because everyone has their favorites. I think there's like 7 members in that band, so it's like trying to find, you would have to like go to different stores to find different ones.
Yeah.
So it can be challenging and tedious. Like that's what happens to me. Like when you have a pop and it has like a theme to it, like a TV show, or it's like, you know, like a band or something, you want to get all of them because there's like a crew of them, you know? So I know, there's one place, Newberry Comics sells a lot of K-pop stuff, and they sell them in like, they have them in rows. So like, you know which one to get and stuff.
Yeah.
But other than that, like if somebody made like bought them in full like that, that's amazing. You should do it. They should come up with it.
Let me tell you something.
Do it. You should do it.
Right. You should do it. Like,
right.
It should be,
no, they
it should be like the stage.
Outfits.
No, but check this out, right? You could do a series, right? The first album, the first One Direction album, you do like them on stage. You have like a stage in the back, and you just have all of them just lined up like this.
Yeah.
I'm already visualizing.
We're already collabing here. Like I love it. The collaboration. It's just
You gotta get
let me tell you something. Just to get your name out there, just to get your name out there crazy, I'll tell you to do like an exclusive Ariana Grande one, and I'll give it to her, right? And just tell her to shout you out.
That's a good idea. I should do an Ariana Grande one. I feel like I don't understand why like they don't mass make them. I just think it's so stupid on their part. Like I understand like this is I'm coming for Funko Pop's blood right now, but they should honestly make like, I don't understand it. Like you have so many opportunities with all these pop stars. Like we don't know though. We don't know because like they could be making a Harry Styles pop. I don't know. They came up with a Shawn Mendes pop, and as much as I like Shawn Mendes, like I haven't seen like a signature look for him unless it's that white tank top he wears with the black pants. And that's actually what they ended up doing. But like, you know, if it was like a music video or something, you know, like how the Eroda pop is, like I'd be like, oh, okay, but it's just Shawn Mendes in a tank top and pants. So, you know, that's why I'm just like, okay, so put Harry in a freaking t-shirt and jeans. Like, you know, I don't have to make, like, if I didn't add all of the tattoos and the nail polish and stuff, they could easily mass produce this.
100%.
Easily.
The thing is, right, you got to understand that they need to have a brand partnership with him, right? So the celebrity not wanting it versus them not, of course they want to make money, but he may not want to be associated with it. So you know,
I don't even think I mean, you never know, because like I don't even think he probably, well now he knows because he has one, but you know, I'm sure there are people that like have made, because there are people that make Funko Pops and give them to people. So for Supernatural, I know somebody who made them, but she didn't sell them, but she would give it to them and they loved it. They were like obsessed with it, even though they have them already. Like I don't think I have, here's an example. Okay, so this is the Castiel pop, right? It seems like it's just like a normal pop like this, right? So they make them for, you know, Hot Topic and stuff, and it's just basic. But then they have people who make them like from certain episodes that they were wearing certain outfits and stuff. And somebody made one from his episode where they were like, he was in this weird like Argyle sweater, and somebody made it for him and he loved it. So like, you know, I personally, like I didn't think to even start making them to sell. My ideal was just to give it to him. So, you know, and hopefully one day that happens. Probably won't.
Nikki,
but if it does,
will happen. It will happen.
I know, manifest it. Like everyone says,
right here. I got you, Nikki. Nikki, you will.
We hope.
No,
but
it will
my
happen.
thing is always, I'm always worried because like I feel, you know, like I'm always like scared, like they're not going to appreciate it. I'm sure they will, but I'm like, you know, but I feel like Niall would appreciate it.
Nah, Nikki, let me tell you something. Like I'm starting to get more connections with Harry. Let me tell you, quick story with Harry, right? I didn't know I knew somebody that was really close to Harry, right? It was this girl. Remember that girl that was online and she wanted to meet Harry? She was, I think she was suffering from like cancer or something like that. And her one wish was to get a phone call and get a picture with.
I remember that. Yeah.
So I'm the one that made it happen, right?
Oh, that's awesome.
Tell the whole story.
Yeah. So this is what happened. Another paparazzi got in touch, like the mother got in touch with this other paparazzi, and then they were like, yo, I know somebody that been around Harry, but I don't know like if he knows him. So they contacted me and they were like, Cesar, post this and see if you can, get this to, manifest this to happen.
Right.
So all she wanted to have a FaceTime with the girl and talk, the girl wanted to talk to Harry. That was like her final wish. And I contacted my fan, like I put it up, like how I put it up on IG. And one of the fans' brother works for this company and they're best friends with the manager, right? So they hit up, it happened all in one day, 24 hours.
That's amazing.
It was the craziest thing, like the power, you just don't know,
Right,
And I saw the next day, he was on the phone with her and everything like that. And she was
awesome.
like almost crying. And then the mother was going crazy. Like it was one of the greatest moments I had.
I'm glad. Oh my God, I'm so happy that happened for her.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can understand. He's a very positive, loving person. Like his presence is so calming. Like even when it's wild, even when it's wild as hell outside, like as soon as he like walks past, I'm always like, bye. Like just so nice and calm. Like he's just such a calm guy to be around, honestly.
I know.
But yeah.
I'm telling you, Nikki, you're gonna get your chance. You know what I'm saying? Everything, great things happen to those who, when you wait. In this case, I know you've been waiting for a lot of years, Nikki. I know it's been a lot of years.
2013. So yep.
2013?
Wow.
Yeah, 2013, 2014.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fans right there.
I literally love them.
No, Nikki.
You know what? Another thing I would do.
I was there.
Another thing I would do if I were you is I seen people on TikTok, artists that live stream them making their art. So
I could do that. I was actually thinking about doing something like that too. People don't really log on to my TikTok lives though, and it makes me sad because like
I don't understand it yet. I gotta understand it, but I don't understand it.
It's pretty easy, but you have to I think you have to tag certain things. But so I have like 7,800 followers, which is like not bad, but when I go live, like, cause like nobody comes in the chat, and I'm like, oh.
The thing is with lives is they take a while to get going. Like,
you
put it on, you gotta be there. Like even us, by the time it's like minute 30, that's when people are like at the height. It's
right.
The first few minutes, it's not enough time for people to come in.
Right. I might do that actually. I was thinking of doing it while I was coloring, but that's boring. Nobody wants to see me color because all I'm doing is sitting there coloring. So
I think you should do it when you just like doing certain things and you explaining what you're doing. Right. And then like the finishing product, you know what I'm saying? And just kind of figuring out like putting the stuff on the box and things like that. But showing how you actually do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But
I could definitely honestly I could do that. But I mean like I'll definitely try it. Yeah. Like I said, I think I get more people on my Insta lives, but that's why I was like, follow my Instagram for updates. Because when my TikTok blew up, people were blowing my DMs. They were like following me like crazy and they didn't know where to ask me for it. So like my comments are filled with how do I get this? So
this is what we tell everybody right now. You have a much bigger chance of exploding on TikTok than
big time.
You could do a few of these and you'd be at 100,000 followers in a month versus Instagram. It'd be really hard for that to happen.
Right. Yeah.
What I would lean more on TikTok. I think that's where you said you blew up and you instantly got to that.
Yeah, I have. I'm still blowing up from it. I still get like 40 to 50 follows a day, which like I said, it's crazy to me because like, it's like, that's the only TikTok everyone watches. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Cause there's another one on there where it's literally just like pictures of me meeting all of the famous people and stuff. Yeah. And that one has like only 800 views. Meanwhile, I'm over here with this one and it's got like 270K. And I was like,
because
okay.
You know what it is the exclusivity of it. People cannot get it, right? And it's a wow factor, right? Because the second I saw it, I was wild. I was pushed back, you know what I'm saying? Because I never saw nobody do anything like that, you know what I'm saying? You know, so for you to take your time and do what you did, you know, I was like, it was a winner. It was a winner automatically.
Yeah.
I got the most views on Facebook off that too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
really?
Yes. My Facebook had 300,000 impressions.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
I know. Do you have Facebook?
I do, yeah. I have Facebook. I don't really use it. I just use it for memes. Even though it's so funny. So I always make this joke because it's like Twitter had it first, Instagram had it second, Facebook has it last. Like, and it's always funny to me because I'll be sharing like a whole bunch of memes on my Facebook, and like I'm sharing it with, I'm a teacher, so I share it, like all the parents are on there, so I'm getting all the parents liking it and posting it and stuff, and like high school people, but like I don't have any like fan friends on there really, except for like a couple of my Harry friends and my in real life friends. But other than that, like it's always, I just go on there and it's just meme after meme. Like I don't even think I posted a status in like 2 months.
No.
But yeah, like I don't even post statuses anymore.
Your ticket is coming up with your eBay name, and on everything you do on every channel, make sure you're just pointing people to your eBay and just do them as you feel. And they'll be as exclusive as you want them to be, and then the value of them will be as people want to bid on them.
Another thing, Nikki, I think you should come up with like a logo, right? Like a Nikki Marie logo, like a logo that you have for your name.
Right. Yeah.
So you could put it on everything. You know what I'm saying? Like you put a stamp on everything.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Like on that car show, right? He puts a stamp on every car so people know that's
his car mark. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's your hallmark, that's your mark, So I think that's something you should really start thinking about.
Right.
And branding yourself, Nikki. Like nobody's really doing it like that, especially in the pop world. Everybody can have it one of ones. Justin Bieber will go crazy with his thing. He's a little out there, I love him.
He probably would, to be honest. Yeah. And there are a few people that I could get it to that would be like, I love this. Like, I know somebody who's friends with Patrick Schwarzenegger, and like if I made one hit for him, he would like eat it up. But like it's, like I said, it's just like a distinctive. It's just like, you know what? Like now that I have all this time, I can do all this stuff. So I'll probably start like coming up with like, a shop and everything. Because as I like Etsy, but they charge you so much in taxes. So I'm like, no.
Yeah.
And I know they took out a lot of taxes for eBay and stuff too.
Yeah.
So I'm not really a fan of it.
Nah, don't.
But I do that, and I do Depop also. I started Depop. Depop doesn't charge you or anything like that, so that's great.
Wow.
So yeah, but other than that,
let me tell you something.
Let
me tell you something, Nikki. Anytime you need any kind of guidance or anything like that, I'm always around. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that because I don't know what I'm doing. Not a little bit.
So Fresh Carreras says you should make one of yourself, which you paint with your
wow
eyes.
That would be funny, right?
Nikki, oh my God, that should be kind of like your logo. That should be kind of like your calling card. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, me holding the thing, like.
Yeah, imagine your card, and with the Funko Pop of you.
Yeah. Ooh, you know what I just thought of? Ooh, okay. So I have a Redbubble shop.
Okay.
I have a Redbubble shop. So if anyone's interested, and I do have a Redbubble shop. And I make graphic designs.
What's the URL? What is it?
I think it's nikkimarie.art. Hang on, let me find it.
Yeah, be exact because we're gonna put it on the comment stuff.
Okay, let's see. Believe it's nikkimarie.art. It could be wrong though. I just try and make everything the same.
Yeah,
type
it's
of
easier to kind of flow with it.
Literally, and then I'm a photographer, so I do photography and everything.
Nikki's so talented.
I try.
No.
Maybe it's on my. I think it's on my Instagram, bio, but.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find it.
So
I don't even know how to type on these things. What's up?
So Nikki, when you was doing photography, you was doing concerts, right? You was going to concerts.
Yes, I actually toured with I toured with Logan Henderson, who was in Big Time Rush.
Yes.
I toured with Kendall Schmidt from Big Time Rush. I've done a couple of other shows. I used to do Warped Tour a lot.
Okay.
I've been trying to find, okay, so it's, there we go. Hang on. Oh, it didn't, okay. Yeah, so the URL for it is redbubble.com/people/Nikki Marie art/shop, I think. Yeah. I'll text it to Cesar. Hang on.
Yes. Text it to me and I'll text it to Miguel.
Okay, cool. All right, there you go.
Okay.
I have Harry Designs up there. I have After Designs up there. I have Supernatural. Yeah. So I do quite as much as I can, like when it comes down to art and stuff. So what's up? Yeah, in a minute.
So besides like Harry Styles and One Direction, who else is like who else you big fans of?
Supernatural. Huge into Marvel. Into Marvel. Yeah. I'm Captain America fan. Bucky Barnes, my baby. Absolutely love him.
They have those. They have Marvel ones of this.
Yeah, they have good ones too. Nice ones. So I don't even bother about the Marvel ones because there's no. Actually, you know what? They still make them. People custom make the Marvel ones, but like I could never, because those are like, I mean, you have to go in on those. Those are like, you have to make props. You have to make, like you have to actually mold those. Like a lot of people that make the custom pops for Marvel just do the do-it-yourself bodies. Like it's not even like taking two bodies apart. It's like it's just the whole thing's white, and they just go in on it with like molding clay and color paint, and like I could never do that because I don't have patience.
So with the Iron Man, right? Iron Man was here about a month and a half ago promoting that Dr. Dolittle.
Robert Downey Jr. Yes. Yeah,
Robert Downey Jr. So the pops were going for about like $8, $8.99, $9.99. Yeah. They were selling them the second they got the pops done. They were selling each one for $550.
He's a big person because he doesn't sign usually. Yeah, exactly. So he's very hard to get it. So if you go to conventions and stuff, Robert Downey Jr. does not do conventions, period. Wow. He doesn't do conventions. You can't get him at a convention unless it's required. So usually if he's at a convention, it's not to do a meet and greet or anything. It's to do a panel, and they do it through Disney Expo. Yeah. Like that's what he does. So he'll do Disney Expo. That's what he'll get down to doing when it comes to like cons and everything. Chris Evans does cons, so his don't sell for much because you can get an autograph with Chris Evans for $200. Wow. Sebastian Stans don't go for that much because his autograph, he does so many cons, and his autograph goes for like $60. So like that's just no point for that.
What about Chris Hemsworth?
Chris Hemsworth, I think, is $150 for his auto if he does autos. Yeah. I know that, but when it comes down to it, like to get a photograph with him, you can't buy solo ops. So when you go to a convention, you're buying like the entrance ticket, and then you buy photo ops. So this is like a package. It's like a VIP package, and they start at 600, and it's gross. It's a lot, and so they start at 600. But for his, actually, I don't know how much his is for Ace Comic Con, but I know for when he does Wizarding World, they start pretty high at 600. But for Ace Comic Con, they do it's a little bit less money. But so you get like an entrance ticket, you get the photo op with him, you get a seat at the panels, but they don't really do panels at Ace Comic Con. And because like their whole day, like there's certain like circuits. So there's Ace Comic-Con, there's Wizarding World Comic-Con, like, you know,
Wow.
Wizard World Comic-Con. Then there's like New York Comic-Con, San Diego.
Yeah.
San Diego Comic-Con's the biggest.
Yeah.
That one holds like 750,000 people.
Wow.
A weekend. Yeah, a
Really?
weekend. Yeah, it's insane. To get that ticket, you have to be pre-registered for at least a year to get on the waiting list to get those tickets, or you have to know someone to get those tickets.
How much is a booth at one of those places? At that
A booth? Okay, so I know Wizarding World is pretty easy. I think maybe like it's $200 a day. It's pretty expensive. Ace Comic-Con might be a little bit easier because they're newer and they're kind of just building up their vendors. But I know New York Comic-Con, you have to like apply for an artist booth, because if you were to apply for a vendor's booth, you have to have like a full establishment. Like you can't just be a vendor. You have to be like a franchise. Like they have like tshirts.com goes. They have people who are like, because they don't want people selling the same stuff. It's people, they want people selling like, you know, different things, you know what I mean? So, you know, like they have like Loungefly, which is like a backpack company and stuff like that. They have like Marvel, but then they have like Marvel tees, and then, you know, it's expensive though. It's those booths like for New York Comic-Con and stuff, they go for like $800 for the weekend.
Oh God.
And that's 2 days. So it's, you know, it's not even like, you don't even get like the Thursday and the Friday slot. You just get the Saturday and Sunday. And the starting fee is like $800 for a table. So that's just a table. And then you have to spend more money for the perimeter, which is like to hang stuff up, and it's a lot. So personally, like I could never do a booth there, but
I used to have a hookup. I used to have a hookup in the New York Comic-Con, but you know, it went away. It went away fast. But my friend used to have a booth there for like 10 years.
Wow,
you know?
that's crazy.
Yeah.
They up their prices. They up their prices because they're redoing the Javits Center. So as soon as the Javits Center money goes up, so do the prices on everything else, because they got to make all that money back. But you can easily probably get a booth at like Wizarding World or at Ace, and they're not bad cons, because people go to those because the Marvel people are out of contract with other they're out of contract with other like cons and stuff. So if they're not doing anything and they're not like contracted to like San Diego Comic-Con that year, like they're able to go out and do things like, here's my Ace Comic-Con package. But the whole thing with it is you'll get Chris Hemsworth, right? That's a good example. So Chris Hemsworth will be there. He'll have like a slot for a Friday slot and a Sunday slot or something. So it's $600 for his VIP package. You get like a seat, you get like an entrance fee, you get the photo op. Sometimes they include an autograph, not all the time. It depends on what the artist wants. And then what they end up doing is they'll have them there, but the only part that like sucks is that like you're spending all that money for 5 seconds. And it's a good picture and it's a nice photo, but it's rushed. You know, you're spending all that money. See, I justified it. I would never do that. However, I justified it when I met Sebastian Stan at Wizard World, because it was a platinum VIP package. I got 4 days early entry, which was great because they let you in an hour early. Then I got the ticket to meet him, a photo op, and then it was a private meet and greet for an hour. And I got, exactly. You got like a private meet and greet. It's great. And then you sitting there with him for an hour with like 20 other people. And then, it's really intimate. It really is. And then it's a private photo shoot. Like it's a private photo op. So it's not like out there with like the 700 other fans on that line. It's inside this little area. They have it set up in this little conference room and stuff. And then you do a private autograph with him, a Q&A. You get front row like during every panel, which is great because you sometimes have really great guests. So, and then like you also get like a goodie bag filled with like Marvel like trinkets and stuff. So like, you know, I swore by it.
How much was that?
That was $600, but you know what?
You got a lot of stuff.
I got a lot of stuff, and you know what? Like, I could justify it because when you're doing these conventions, it gets expensive. I love Supernatural with my whole chest, and I have been a Supernatural fan since like I started season 7. Like that's when I got into it, religiously. So, however, their conventions, they're on a certain convention circuit called Creation, and they also hold it. So I love them. However, if I'm meeting you for $200, okay, I expect stuff, but I don't get stuff. I just get that photo. The entrance ticket for general admission alone is $250, and it's like the last rows of the section. Yeah, there's over thousands of people that go there.
Just to get the conference?
Just to get inside, it's $250.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's like if you want to see like so
conference,
right? You're just gonna have to do cons. You're just gonna have to do cons.
That's it. That's
and
it.
They know. So they've been doing Supernatural conventions, I think since like season 2. So they've been in the game. Like they started out doing conventions. They're one of the first people to start doing conventions.
What season they in now?
15.
Oh.
Yeah, but here's the thing: Creation started doing conventions in like the 70s. For like Star Trek and like so they've been around. However, they know that Supernatural fans will pay out the ass. They know it. I stopped because I was like, we're getting ridiculous. When I first started going, it had to be like 2014, 2013. I went and honestly it was good, but it cost me like it was $100 to meet one of the actors. The other, it was $100 to meet Jensen Ackles. Okay. Which is great because it's like, they don't rush you. Like they're not like crazy and stuff like that. They don't push you out of the room or anything like that, which is great. Like it's not a rush thing. But to meet Misha Collins was only like $60, $70.
So they don't have a package? They don't have a package to meet?
So their package to get like a Jensen and Jared picture, not even with Misha, it's just Jensen and Jared. This package costs $1,500.
Oh!
$1,500.
What makes this show so special? Why?
Well, it's got, you know what it is? A lot of people don't realize that Supernatural has a cult following. So there are millions and millions of us, millions. And people don't give it credit because it's kind of like Star Trek. Like, they're there, but they don't come out of the woodwork. So like, people are like, but like when I tell you like the money they make off of this is just like unreal. And Jensen and Jared don't even come for the whole weekend. They only come for Sunday. So Misha only comes for Saturday, and the convention only goes from Thursday night to Friday during the day, and then Saturday and Sunday. And like they overbook them, like it's just so much money because now that $100 I spent to meet Jensen Ackles is now up to $220 to meet Jensen Ackles.
Now?
Yeah. So the convention now charges $220 just to meet Jensen Ackles alone.
Do you think once the show's over, it's gonna?
I think it might actually be. So actually, what I love to see is so when they started the show and everything, and they started doing conventions, they were solely doing Creation conventions because they have a contract with Creation. When the show ends, so does their contract. So they'll be able to do things like London Comic-Con. They'll be able to do things like Wizard World. They'll be able to do other cons like that. And I didn't realize that but I think Misha's contract ended because he's been doing London Comic-Con now. But that's because they don't have a convention for Supernatural in England. They had a couple of dates in England through Creation. They did it like an international one, but they only do it like once every like 2 or 3 years. So it's like, and Jared doesn't even go. Like it's just Jensen and Misha, which like love Jensen and Misha, so I would go, but so much money. Like people were like in England were like, oh my God, why are they charging me like over like $150 to meet them? And I was like, yours was $150. Let me just fly to like London because ours is like $220. And not for nothing, but this is another thing that they just really just like, they charge you a it's not a service fee, but it's like, what is that? It's like a delivery fee, and it's a delivery fee for $25 so they can hit send and send it to your email. You don't even get a physical ticket.
No.
You print it out. It is a printed ticket.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
An advantage.
Oh,
so yeah, so this is why I stopped going.
Yeah.
I had one more year of it. And I said goodbye to them for a little bit. Now I meet them on the street. I meet them at Live with Kelly. I was meeting them at the upfronts. Like, don't worry, I see them.
Exactly.
But like, and it's so much nicer to see them outside of it.
Yeah.
Because they're just so much more chill. Like, I ran into Jensen at a bar. Like, I was drinking like sangria, and like he walked past, and I just was like, oh my God, you're Jensen Ackles. And he's like, oh, hey, what's up? How are you? And I was like, oh, love your shit. Your show's like my favorite. And he's like, oh, that's so great. Just the nicest. They're like the nicest. And they're always so kind. Like, it's hard to say no to going, because they are just, they give you the utmost attention. Like, they are like definitely the type of actors who, like, they make you feel special. Like, when you go, they sit there and they talk to you. Like, they don't let people rush them, and you get time, and then you feel like you're friends with them at that point. So it's hard to say goodbye to it. But when you have 3 jobs like I did, and I still couldn't afford it, I was like, listen, it's my last year.
I'm
I was like, love you guys.
I'm about to get an idea. Funko Pop of them. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Like, here's your final gift. Here's your Funko Pops. Bye. Like, it's sad, but like, kind of just have to bite the bullet. I'm just upset because they stopped production on the show, actually. It was supposed to end May 18th, but everything is shut down now. So like Vancouver and everything like that shut down. So now they're not even filming. They're all home and everything. And I was like, oh, and so they might not even have the end of their like series. Like, this is the last like season. So it's sad.
So as an artist and as an entrepreneur of you're getting there. I'm telling you, you're right there. Like, you're right there. It's just that next level. But what would you say, like, to the younger Nikki Marie? Like, what advice would you give your younger version of yourself? Like, what advice would you give her?
Or anybody trying to get into what you're doing,
When you come up with an idea of it, and you have like, okay, so I don't know how to explain this. If you have like an idea of what you want to do, like if it's like a character or something, and you have an idea in your head, solidify it, because when you're looking to research pops and everything to make that idea, you might get sidetracked and you might get overwhelmed with how you want it. So stick to like a vision in your head of how you want it to be done, because I'm telling you, like, it's, it's hard at first to kind of come up with it. Like the fine line one, like this is the one I came up with. It was like a style, like it was like a solidified style, a solidified aesthetic. So it was easier for me to be like, I need a person with suspenders, and I need a person with long brown hair. So that's what I looked for, because there are thousands and thousands of different Funko Pops, and you will go through it and don't think of like, oh, I want like a Harry, like, just don't be like, oh, I want like a Louis Tomlinson one, and like think of like trying to find like a different pop and stuff like that to like fit like just Louis Tomlinson. Find like an outfit he's worn that's like something like in your head that's like, oh, this is a significant outfit, people would recognize this, and then from there build up like an idea of what you want to use, because it's going to change. So
how did you get into like art? Like when did you know that you could do, because it looked real precise, your especially the tattoos, like
yeah. So for art wise, I've always been artistic. I have literally been artistic since I was like I could hold a pencil.
Wow.
So when I was 6, my mom signed me up for art classes. Everyone else was taking soccer, and she put me in art. So that's how I know how to draw. And I always loved art. I always loved drawing and stuff, but I never had like time and patience sometimes to sit and better myself. It was always like, oh, I feel like drawing today. And then 3 weeks later, I just, just don't. So it was kind of hard for me, but I learned how to like, it actually helps my ADHD a lot when I'm doing it. Because it's something I'm focusing on. So it's easier for me to like, I have something direct in front of me.
Yeah.
So I learned how to draw like that. And then I'm going to say I was around 15 and I was like, I want to be a photographer, because I took a picture on a $20, like, I think it was like a digital camera from HP. It was like one of the first ever digital cameras, like the one with the big bulky, that the screen like this big.
Yes,
I took this, I took this picture from a moving car on, I think it was Rockaway exit. And I took a picture of the George Washington Bridge during sunset. And I was like, holy shit, like, I love this. So I started getting into photography and everything. And concerts were always really important to me, music and stuff. So I started bringing my camera to shows, because at the time they weren't strict about bringing cameras into shows.
Oh, yeah.
And so I started taking pictures. And, one of the first bands I started like really getting into with photography was Push Play.
All right.
From Jonas Brothers. They like opened up for the Jonas Brothers.
All right.
And they were like a local Long Island band. So I started working with them for a little bit, and it was great. And they, I had to be like 16, 17, like I was baby, like I was tiny. And I got a professional camera for my birthday, and it was a DSLR. So I started learning that way. So, and then I started doing like portraiture and stuff. And, my photography, like, I specialized in doing concert photography because I absolutely love being at live shows. Like, it's probably my favorite thing in the world to get pictures during live shows. And at the time, Big Time Rush was the thing. So I was like super into Big Time Rush.
Really?
Loved them. Before it was One Direction, it was Big Time Rush, Ride or Die. Still am.
Really?
Still am.
Really?
Oh my God, Big Time. Oh, Big Time. Oh, so it was bad. Like, I was that person that was at the mall online to meet them at their meet and greets.
Yeah.
So I would follow them everywhere. I was doing things like, hotels, events that they had in the city.
Yeah.
I just got my license. So of course I'm like, I've only had my license for 4 months. Let me learn to drive in the city. So I did. It was bad. And they eventually came to know me. So, like later on, like Kendall, when they broke up, Kendall went solo with his side project band, and me and my friends would follow him around the country, driving everywhere because we were crazy. And I would take my camera and I would take pictures. And so eventually, like his tour, he was like, take pictures for me. And so I was like, okay. So stupid me, I'm out there taking pictures for him and everything, but I'm getting like, this is how I'm building up a following. Like I'm doing more of this. I would talk to his managers. I would talk to the bands that that was opening for him and stuff, and it was giving me a lot of opportunity. Eventually down the line, Logan opened and did his music. He started on his music a couple years ago, and he was at AOL Build, and I went up to him and I was like, hey, and he's like, oh my God, Nikki, you're so different. You look so different. Like, hey, how are you? Like, he was just like, he was like in shock that I was still like 24 years old, still trying to find him, still being like there for him, like an extra person that I am. And I was like, hey, like I got some shots inside, because this is before they didn't allow cameras in there. I was like, hey, I got some cool sick shots if you want to see them. And I showed him, and he's like, these are amazing. Hold on. And he just pulled his manager over and he goes, Nikki, Matt, Nikki, he goes, he's going to talk to you about tour stuff. And I was like, great. So by talking to him, I met his actual managers who are in Sony. So, that's how I was able to get on his recent tour. It was him and Jake Miller.
Yeah.
So it was great. It took a while, but I loved it. Honestly, I want to tour again. Like that's definitely my calling is tour photography. Yeah. But I still, I still do like art with my hands and stuff, and it's hard, but like sometimes like from when I was working and everything, like it was hard to like really get a mindset into doing things like pops and everything. Because I felt like I didn't have time. Like I was working 3 jobs at the time. And I just kind of did the other one for charity, and then I didn't think anything of it. But when he came to town, I was like, I'm gonna try and make one. And then, me, I'm just like, I wonder if I'll be TikTok famous if I put this up. And then and I got TikTok, not famous, but like clout. So.
You getting there. You getting there. Let me tell you something. Anything you do, especially with the pop, right?
Yeah.
The pop is your in. Your pop, I'm telling you, the pop is your in. Think about these stages, right? Make a pop of yourself. Think about like tonight or this week. Think about a dope pop of yourself, and then just ride that wave, and then let people know about you after that, right?
Right.
Because it takes so much time. Not everybody's doing it. That's your niche, right? You just made that niche, right? Just a couple months ago when you started that. But the Harry Styles is your in, but think about exclusive ones, right? Like who would shout you out, right? Who would like you know what I'm saying? Like build that clout.
Big fan bases, right? Big fan bases. Like
well, I feel like okay, so like one of my ideas was I was hoping to get that one to Niall, because Niall would do something like that.
100%.
Niall would, I know that kid and his social media shit, he would throw down in 2 seconds for it. And so would Louis. Zane wouldn't, and neither would Harry. Maybe Liam, I don't know.
Liam would. He would because through Boopsy and stuff like that, and
he might, and like, you know what it is? Like I would love to do theirs, and I would. Like I feel like I just have to come up with an idea for Louis and Liam. They're a little bit harder because like Harry has a character, like Niall has a character, Zane had a character. Louis doesn't really have a character for his album, but he does have that album, like he does have the jumpsuit on, so like I can maybe do that, but like I people are telling me, they're just like, you could easily like just start like racking out like a lot of money doing it. I was like, I know, but
not only the money,
make money.
But this is the thing, right? Not only the money, right?
Right.
You could build up, especially everybody's home right now, everybody's chilling. You could build up your following to like 100,000, 200,000 people.
I would love that.
But that's the thing. It's a process, right?
Yeah.
Get the Niall, right? Get the Niall one going, right? Show them the Niall one and put it up. Just you put it on your Instagram, put it on your TikTok. Let it go wild.
eBay, all eBay. No more selling direct, one person selling.
No, I'm probably not. I mean, the Niall one I'm making for him specifically, but I mean, if it goes out nicely, like if I do it nicely, then I will put one up on eBay if it comes out how I want it to. Because I create it the first step I do is I create it on the computer. So I find the pops, and then what I do is I go on Photoshop and then I see if they work together, because not always all the time they're going to work together, and then it's a matter of making it from the computer to the thing. That's dope. Like it's that's like dope. I think Michael froze. No. Miguel froze. Oh, there you go. Okay.
No, but so it goes back to that car show, right? That car show, they do the same exact thing. They do the rendering and everything on the computer. They show everything on the computer, and then they put it in real life. I see this. It definitely could become a show, but again, you have to build your brand first.
Right.
And then go from there, Nikki. I already see it. I already see everything, like visual wise. I see everything already done. We gotta execute. And I'm always around. So if you need just brainstorming, to brainstorm things.
Yeah.
Let's brainstorm.
I kind of want to do an Ariana Grande one. So like, I think she has. Does she have one?
Since you're an artist, maybe the way to do it, like he's saying with the custom cars, is first draw it out.
Yeah, so I have what I do is you cut out during that part. Oh, so what I do is the whole way I start it is I go and I find the Funko Pop that I need, right? I'll find the ones that are closest to what I want. And then I will go on Photoshop and I will see which ones work with which bodies, which one I can execute differently, which one I can like, you know, like mold and stuff like that. And so then I figure out which ones work best and everything. So that's what I did for him. For Harry, I was like, okay, like I did a few heads before this one, and like the body I knew was perfect. So I was like, great, okay. So it didn't, you know, it didn't come out bad. It's just hard because, you know, it takes a lot. That's like graphic work. Like, so graphic work for me is a little bit harder because I minored in it. So I, you know, I didn't get to really kind of, you know, kind of like get what I like, you know, it's harder. It's just harder because I have to figure stuff out. So it's not me sitting there knowing how to like do it all the time. It's me like, oh, like this tool, so it's a little bit harder. I mean, it still works out because like I made the entire box custom, like everything down to like the Pops logo. It says rocks on it. Like I had to research font. I had to figure out how like the sizes and the placement and stuff. And you know, when I get it down, like when I know what I'm doing, like it works out like really great. But other than that, like it's like I said, it's a test of things. It's like, does this head fit on this body? Does this look weird on this? So, but other than that, yeah.
Very cool.
It's executing.
For the final, your final to anybody who wants to create art, do something they love right now, any advice? And how do they find you? I know we got your Instagram. Anything else?
Anybody who wants to do art now, honestly, just take your time. I know you want to bang out the final results. I know you do. Trust me, that is literally me with my ADHD. I want everything to just be done really fast. But just take your time. Cause like when it came down to it, like with the Eroda Pop and everything, I had to learn how to like take my time into making it. I had to learn how to, you know, how to like mold it and stuff. And it was very tedious work, but it's going to calm you down and it's going to like give you a chance to like be like, oh, like this is easier to do this. This is easier to do this. So definitely just take your time with it and do it every day. Don't skip a day of doing artwork right now, because the more you're doing it, the more you're practicing. And I know you think that's not how it works, but I promise you it is. Like, you know, like everyone has artistic ability in them, but just like do it every day and do it gradually. And I promise you, you're going to get better. So
nice.
Nikki, take it away.
So thank you guys for coming through. I know it's been crazy out there. Hopefully you guys gain knowledge from our girl, Nikki. Nikki's a beast when it comes to art, and she's definitely going to meet Harry Styles. All right. You guys,
we're manifesting it.
I'm telling you right now
in the chat. We're manifesting.
I'm telling y'all right now, she's gonna meet Harry Styles. I promise you guys, and we're gonna get that doll to Harry Styles. But I hope you guys are doing well. It's nuts out there. Try to stay home, do something productive. Love you guys. Peace.